Hello and welcome to Tuesday's programme.
Coming up tonight between now and 6:30.
Good evening. The mother of a young motorcyclist from Barnstaple who was killed by a driver who had taken a cocktail of drugs is urging anyone taking substances, even if they're prescribed, to avoid driving altogether.
Mandy Glass's son Aidan died 3 years ago after being knocked off his bike by a car in the town. It happened at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. She now wants tougher sentences after the driver avoided jail. Richard Lawrence reports. And Richard is in our Exeter newsroom tonight. Richard, just explain to us how big a problem drug driving is in the region.
Well, the figures aren't necessarily.
On to other news. A man has died after a fishing boat capsized near Plymouth. Emergency crews.
Police are investigating after 6 wheels were stolen from a charity minibus in Paignton. The YMCA...
A Plymouth family say they're overjoyed after being reunited with their daughter's speaking device, which was stolen earlier this year. There's anger on Dartmoor tonight after volunteers were forced to spend hours cleaning up rubbish left dumped across the national park.
This bank holiday was the hottest May Day weekend on record, with thousands of people taking barbecues and picnics out to enjoy the region's countryside, but many didn't clear up after them.
Well, our reporter Nick Smith is on Dartmoor for us. Nick, the volunteers have been out cleaning up the area, but just how bad was it? Asked you what you thought of the litter problem, and we were inundated with responses. Let's take a look at a few of them. Cynthia Clayton from Plymouth says, "It wouldn't enter my head to leave litter for someone else to clean up, but it was taught to me as a child." She says, "I'm now 75 and no litter out."
Well, Robert Smith from Weymouth is another who's got in touch and said, "We're one of the dirtiest countries in the world for litter. You never see this in California, where you're not allowed to eat or even smoke on their beaches."
And a few of you have sent pictures to us as well. Let's have a look. Now you're watching ITV News here in the West Country. There's plenty more still to come on tonight's programme before 6:30, including a record. But next tonight, a woman from Newquay who has terminal breast cancer says she believes setting up her own cancer charity has helped to keep her alive.
Chris Hallinger was diagnosed when she was just 23 years old. That was 9 years ago. She has since gone on to found Copperfield, a charity dedicated to educating young people about breast cancer. Kathy Wardle has been to meet her.
Yeah, amazing work by them. Well, for more information on breast cancer and the symptoms to look out for, just take a look at our website. There's the address. It's itv.com/West Country.
Let's move on to sport now. And there were long queues at Sandy Park in Exeter this morning as fans arrived to buy tickets for the Chiefs' semi-final playoff with Newcastle on May the 19th.
Before that, the city's football club will play Lincoln this Saturday in the first of 2 legs as they target promotion to League One. Jeff Welsh reports. Now, there can't have been many better places to be over the weekend than the Isles of Scilly, where 2 Cornish crews triumphed at the World Pilot Gig Championships.
A record turnout provided one of the most competitive fields in its 30-year history. But as Grace Pascoe now reports, it's not all about the racing.
Yeah, you can't beat it. And as you saw there in Grace's report, the weather over the weekend felt very summery indeed, didn't it? But today, people in Helston in Cornwall actually mark the end of winter. The Florida...
With the forecast in a minute. But if you think circuses are all about lion tamers, jugglers and clowns, you've never seen Cirque Berserk.
Yes, the West End show has its opening night at the Theatre Royal in Plymouth later as it celebrates the 250th anniversary of the circus. Our reporter Claire Manning has taken a look behind the scenes. And stuff. Gosh, looks interesting. Some
and
of that,
dangerous, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'd want you throwing knives at me, not when we've had a difficult day.
Wishful thinking that.
Yeah, it's weather time now. Bob's joined us. Well, I mean, we've got to talk about the weekend, Bob.
Brilliant.
Spectacular weather.
Spectacular, fantastic. What more can I say? What I can say, of course...
OK, Bob, thanks very much indeed. Now, before we go, let's remind you of the main headlines here in the West Country this evening. And a mother from Barnes. Well,
that's it from us this evening. I'll be back with the late news at the usual time of 10:30.
After the break, the ITV News continues with Mary Nightingale. From all of us, have a lovely evening.
Bye-bye.